Hi guys, and welcome to the Business as Unusual show. You may be expecting Georgina, but unfortunately she has had something come up. So we have a stand-in guest and an outstanding guest at the same time, which is incredible. That is Shaun, the infamous Staunton, who will be joining us on the show today. So this is a week that has seen Greggs on a sausage roll. I did not write this, by the way. As customers rush back, boosting sales to an encouraging level since since the shops have reopened. We have seen that GPs in areas of England with poor health will be encouraged to prescribe cycling, with patients able to access bikes through their local surgery. That should help them to get stable. That's really bad. That's just shoehorning in. They're stabilising their condition. See what they've done there, guys. Clever. In a bold move, I've left the house for some golf networking and actually spoke to some people in the real world. So that was quite exciting. Notice I added the picture of the golf club there just to prove I was playing golf as opposed to just standing in the wilderness somewhere. In other news, Amazon is taking on the supermarkets, offering free Prime delivery on food in London, with the rest of the UK not far off. So all in all, it's been a strange week, but it's Wednesday, it's hump day, we're halfway through the week, so sit comfortably and let's get down to business as unusual. Hi guys, and welcome to the show. This is the Business as Unusual show. We'll be discussing various different topics, things that are happening during lockdown and unlockdown and into the future, the kind of the crazy world that we are living in. If you are new to the channel, my name is Luke. I'm the CEO of Sleeping Giant Media and Giant Campus. If you're on our channels, please do check out some of the content you'll find obviously on LinkedIn, YouTube, all around how to make your first steps towards digital marketing or to help you take your marketing to the next level. We have a fantastic guest, last minute guest. Let's introduce him now, Mr. Shaun Staunton. Welcome, Mr. Shaun.
Hello, thank you. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And it's nice to see you've got some facial hair back because it was starting to get concerning. You had a large beard, then zero facial hair, and now back sort of with some stubble there. What's your
Yeah, you inspired me.
What's your thoughts? And also chat. What do we think? I think this is all preparation for your wedding in terms of what's the best look to achieve. Am I right in saying that?
It is, yeah. So I'm getting married this year, and beard, clean shaven. They both seem two polar opposites, so I had to get it right, just right,
Absolutely. So let's know your thoughts in chat, guys. What do you think? If you liked the full bearded Shaun, the shaven, that sounds weird. It's gone wrong. It's gone wrong, isn't it? I want to bail out of that one very, very quickly. Could you give everybody a bit of an introduction to yourself and sort of the work that you do within SGM?
Yeah, so I'm part of the commercial department, so I help with putting proposals together for new inquiries for potentially new clients. At the same time, I manage our partnership program. So the idea is to kind of unite different skill sets. We've got various other agencies that can offer, complementary skills that work alongside digital marketing. So my job is to make sure that we've got those relationships in place, that we can lean on each other for any support that we need for client work, really.
Awesome. Lots of comment already in the chat. Anthony saying that we should shave you.
Shave me.
He doesn't say where. That's just left open to sort of the imagination. And there's question marks whether or not you've drawn this one on as well. So going back to the partnership aspect, what sort of how's it been kind of during the last sort of 3-4 months? Obviously, it's kind of challenging times, but how's it kind of changed almost the conversations you've been having with the partners?
Yeah, so we always strive to have quite personal relationships with our partners. But more recently, I felt like you're able to go a little bit deeper actually with those relationships because you can talk about things that you hadn't experienced before. Some of our partners have been put on furlough, so actually you get the opportunity to discuss how it made them feel, and you can have quite kind of raw, authentic conversations. I think it's just led to some really good partnerships that help when it comes to working with clients because you've kind of got that trust between each other, which is valuable. It's massively important.
Yeah, and I mean, those conversations, I guess, is it partly because of the channel, in the sense that you're kind of dialing into people's houses as well?
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, some of those conversations are kind of kick-started from an awkward initial stance from something called That's Unexpected. You may have heard of it.
We will be talking a little bit about this later on in the show, Mr. Shaun.
Excellent stuff. So yeah, so I think, having that call initially, there is that kind of that odd feeling where you're talking from your own house and you're like, oh, this is quite invasive actually. But I think it becomes the norm, and you get to see the insight of what's kind of going on in their own lives as well. So, if someone's got two daughters running around, you've got to activate dad mode. You can see all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's happened far too frequently. But yeah, I mean, so what sort of the general feeling in the market in terms of the conversations that you've been having with those partners? What sort of, I mean, some of them are doing really well. I think when we're talking to Steve Krieger, things are sort of going really well for those guys, and so, other businesses not so much. What's the sort of the general feel, or is there just a kind of like someone's doing really well, someone else is really having a tough time of it?
Yeah, it's been completely mixed. I kind of thought that everyone would kind of share the same experiences. We're all fairly digital based, but actually, it has been completely mixed. Where some agencies have actually done really well because of the pandemic, and they've kind of excelled with sales or existing clients, whereas some other agencies have had to furlough the majority of their staff. They've not been able to maintain the work. I think some are, questioning quite a tight situation. So it's really mixed, really mixed.
And is it kind of sector based, or is there any kind of insights as to what kind of has caused that, or is it slightly different? Because I guess there's website builds is obviously one aspect of digital, but then there's obviously the marketing aspect that we do is almost like a follow on potentially for some of those guys.
Yeah. So a lot of them are mixed in the kind of industries that they work with, and there's a few agencies that we work with that I know that will stick to one sector, and I think most of them have been all right sticking to one sector. Obviously, it depends on the sector. If you're working with travel, it can be a bit tougher. But generally speaking, they're all quite mixed. So I couldn't necessarily put my finger down on what's helped them necessarily. It really does vary depending on the agency.
Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, you and I talk quite a lot about kind of green initiatives, green sort of companies. Is there businesses that you've sort of been admiring during the lockdown, which are kind of enforcing some of those kind of green aspects?
Yeah, it's actually been really interesting. So I'm obsessed with the company BrewDog, and they're posting on LinkedIn all the time, and there's some really interesting stuff that they're posting.
Seems to have really stepped up their frequency of posting.
Yeah, absolutely, they have. I think
is it their
on a daily basis.
I don't know what his job role is, but is it their MD? He seems to be. I seem to see him a lot at the moment. I don't know if he's their MD, but yeah, he seems to be obviously sort of like the founder or one of the top guys, and top dog.
Yeah.
They can use that as well. But I think he seems to be really upping his frequency. Do you think that's kind of a sort of a specific thing they've tried to do because of the sort of almost the impact of not being able to market in the way they did before?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think they've definitely upped it. And there's actually a question over whether they're still punk enough anymore as a result of everything they're trying to do at the moment. But they're pushing out a lot of content around being more sustainable, or trying to be the most sustainable kind of beer company. Yeah. So it's been really interesting from that point. And he is pushing it through his own personal channel as opposed to BrewDog's channel.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, the irony of punk, though, isn't it? I mean, is that not like, it starts off as a kind of a subculture, but then becomes mainstream by the definition, and people then all choose to follow that same trend as well? Is that?
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
it was quite
difficult,
funny. They kind of did a post about it where they years ago, I think it was 2016, they were told they weren't punk enough, so they launched a load of cans with some profanities underneath the cans, and they had to recall all of it.
Amazing. That is pretty punk, though. To be fair, that is pretty rock, and a good bit of PR. Good bit of PR. Seems a bit mainstream, bit of a mainstream thing to do to get that PR. But any other companies that you've kind of been really looking to, or been doing a great job that you want to kind of call out as kind of doing some sustainable things?
Yeah, so another one I love is Rapanui. So they do kind of sustainable clothing. So they've always been along those lines already. But what I particularly liked is that they kind of changed their offering because of the pandemic. So actually, the machines that they use to create the robots that create the clothing, they've actually repurposed those to make PPE.
That's cool.
So they're still sustainable, and they're helping, care workers, the NHS, anything that they can do basically to improve everyone's situation.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a little. We've modified the game for today to try to fit to what we're up to here. It's not easy being green. It's all about your favourite colour, which we've assumed is green. Is it? Is your favourite colour green?
No,
What's your favourite colour?
it's yellow. Nice t-shirt, by the way.
Thanks, man. I wore it specifically for you because I already knew the answer to that question. I didn't know. But we have a quiz. It's all about being green, or it's not easy being green. Let's have a look. Clear again. What you'll notice, as you've seen a few of these shows anyway, that they don't necessarily associate to anything related to the sustainability aspect here. It's like Alex will take it literally. So he'll take the word green and then create something that relates to the word green rather than the concept of environmental sustainability. So just go with it. Let's go with it. So, okay. Which movie has Kermit the Frog and the rest of his Muppet mates not starred in? What do we think?
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. The Muppets, Oliver Twist.
Oh, come on. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. How do you not know this? Next one. In the first 2 issues, Bruce Banner didn't need to lose his temper to become the Hulk. What caused the transformation? There's always something related to superheroes in here as well, which seems to be Alex's thing, which based on his background that he's drawing on his wall, I'd say is this. But yes, do play along in chat. Guys. Hi, Molly. What do we think, Mr. Shaun?
I was skimming the chat to see if I could steal an answer from it.
No, they're delayed. They're delayed. They're about 20 seconds behind us.
No. Okay, so let's say when he heard the word Hulk.
He only transformed at night. I did not know that. And neither did you. When Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first crossed the pond, they weren't allowed to use the word ninja in the title. What was the name changed to? I know this one.
Do you?
Well, it was my generation.
Fighting Turtles?
Dude, no.
Oh, no.
Hero Turtles. The word ninja was apparently too violent for the UK market as well.
Oh, I went for fighting as well.
Would you believe?
Awful.
Yeah, that's what it was, apparently too violent. What is Luigi's surname? Oh my god.
Do you know this?
No.
Cart.
Right, let's have a look. No, what? It's Luigi Mario, which, yes, means that Mario is called Mario. Wow.
I would have said Mario, but it just seemed
silly.
odd,
didn't it? Yeah. And Yoda's featuring again. What was Yoda originally going to be called? Oh. Did not know this. Yeah, you're not doing too well at this quiz, as Alex is commenting in the chat.
Oh,
come on.
Thanks,
get
Alex.
This one right. Come on.
It's obviously going to be. Where's the comment? No, not quite there yet. It's Buffy. Yeah.
Buffy. My God. It sounds so wrong, doesn't it? But obviously, had it been called that, it would have made loads of sense. Master Buffy, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer might have been then called Yoda the Vampire Slayer. Who knows? And that is it. That draws to a close our segment there. Get ready for a status quote a bit later on. No, Buffy, I'm afraid, Molly. But yeah, wow. Who knew? Who knew all of that? I mean, that was educational, wasn't it? I mean, there's a load of stuff there that I have to say I did not know. In a minute, we're coming.
Do I win a mug?
Yeah, no, you don't win a mug, I'm afraid. Have you not got one?
I've got another one. I haven't got the one that you give
the
out.
one. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah. I don't know if we actually sent the ones out that we were supposed to give away before, but anyway, we will definitely sort that out, along with the toilet roll from the early shows that we were kind of doing. I'm trying to stall because we're coming up to the halfway mark. And we're going to do it a little bit different today. We're going to attempt. I will do the theme tune. So I'm going to sing the theme tune while Shaun does the halfway mark. When we come out of this, we're going to go into Giant Wednesdays. We have a new Giant Wednesday, which is launching today, featuring Yumna. So do check that out. And just commenting on Lizzie in the chat saying, worst performance I've ever seen. Not that much encouragement there from Lizzie. But to be fair, it wasn't it wasn't great, Shaun, if I'm honest.
Unbelievable.
Right, here we go. We're going to do this. Ready? Theme tune into Giant Wednesday.
It's the halfway mark.
YouTube, the home of funny cats, makeup tutorials, gaming videos. Oh, and look, Giant Wednesdays. It's the second largest search engine, and it's an awesome place to advertise. And that's why you're here today, isn't it? Well, let me take you through the wonderful world that is YouTube advertising in this week's episode of Giant Wednesday.
Hi guys, welcome back. That was Giant Wednesday. That is our award-winning YouTube series that we are pushing out, where we talk about loads of different things around the digital marketing world. So if you are watching on YouTube, do check out the content there. There's loads of ideas around all the different social channels. So hopefully there's of use there. And the latest one has come out today. I believe we're now doing them every other week in order to kind of get those out, particularly with everything going on at the moment. So yeah, do check those out. They're coming up all the time. Right, we're going to go back to the interview, Mr. Shaun. Oh yeah, you can see the guys just posted the link to our channel in the chat if you're watching on any of the other social platforms. Mr. Shaun, one of the things that obviously we've been the challenge that every business has faced is a lot of clients or potential businesses aren't in a good place to buy, and we've tried to move our focus to slightly upper funnel. So something, giving away value, something we've always done, but you have created your own content series. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this before we see a snippet of it?
Yeah, no, of course. I'd love to. So basically, we started something called That's Unexpected. The idea was to introduce a piece of content in between the other bits of content that are they're very heavy. They're very much about like what you could do to improve your current situation, very deep. And we thought, actually, let's bring something that's a bit more lighthearted into the mix, something that breaks up your day, makes you smile, quick, easy. And it didn't involve, I'm not slamming it, but it didn't involve like the webcam point of view. So it was something that didn't include that.
Yeah.
It was something fresh. So is that all you want? Do you want more?
That's perfect, because now what we're going to do is we're going to run a clip of That's Unexpected, and then based on a LinkedIn post that the guys put out earlier, which was any questions that people have for you, I've got some questions to throw back to get your take on it as well. So let's have a look at what this content theme is all about.
Okay, so you're probably wondering what this is all about, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, and you specifically, this question.
Okay.
So, when you're watching football on TV and you've got kind of three letters that represent each team in the top left corner.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that when Sweden is playing Denmark, it spells out Sweden?
No, I haven't. But that is a great shout.
Right. Okay.
But also, if it's 0-0, it would spell out Sweden.
Okay, so no, this is the best part. Okay, so when Sweden's playing Denmark, obviously the first three letters spell Sweden for each one.
Yeah.
The remaining letters that aren't used also spell Denmark.
Oh, that's nice. I like this. This is a great game. Well, is this why you wanted to call?
Yeah.
Cool, I like that.
In fact, that's all I had to say.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's good. Thanks.
No worries. Thanks for your time.
Is that actually it?
Yeah. Bye.
Amazing. And Steve doing a fantastic job. I have to say, the reveal of the remaining letters spelling out Denmark. Wow. Just didn't see that.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
You just don't see that sort of stuff coming, mate. You just don't see it. It's just, it's a fantastic pice of content right there. Fantastic. It was just unexpected. It was completely unexpected. Let's have a look. We've got the LinkedIn post that I'm looking at in front of me. I've got a question here from Aaron Taylor from 6'2". If space is full of nothing, then what does spacesuits protect you from?
So, well, thinking
You've
about
been
it,
preparing. Oh God, he's prepared an answer for it. Sorry, Aaron. I was hoping that he's commented on it as well.
Well, space isn't empty because we're in it. Like, there's a solar system, there's a sun, there's Earth. It's not empty, is
It's
it?
called the
It's not
vacuum of
nothing.
space.
Yeah, but we're in that vacuum.
But the space that you're in at that point there's nothing there.
You can try and get me, but I am the king of that's unexpected,
Well,
sir.
you could just the concept is just to make something up and stay with it with confidence. So you know the solution. It can be absolute gibberish, but you're just going to be like, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Here from Tom Milson, is lasagna just spaghetti cake?
Yes. So I would say cake has to be sweet. So no.
Does cake have to be sweet? Answers in chat. I'm guys. Does cakes have to be sweet by definition?
I think they do.
Okay. I'm seeing if there's any more that we've got here for you. What came first, the chicken or the egg? This is from Lizzie Hill. And bonus points if you can get through it without mentioning, you know what.
I'm not actually sure what those symbols represented, if it was one thing or three different things, but I'll try my best here. So,
What do you think she was talking about?
well, that would make me say it, wouldn't it? Nice try. So I reckon the answer to that question is neither, because a chicken is.
Oh, you've watched that video, haven't you?
Which video?
I think there's a TED education talk about this one, talking about proto chickens.
Oh no, it wasn't about that. No, I was going to say they've evolved from like pheasants or something.
You can see whoever is on the other end of the phone when Shaun phones you up for That's Unexpected. I don't know what to say, guys. I just if it's somebody that is obviously one of our partners, I can only just apologise for this guy because I don't know what you can't reason with that guy. I mean, there's just there's a confidence that he delivers it with, and there's no kind of backing down from it. But
I have got a question for you.
oh God, go on then.
Okay, so if a twin is born at 11:59 p.m.
Yes.
and the second is born 3 minutes later,
Yes.
but the clocks go back at midnight, who is the oldest?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's unexpected, isn't it? Quickly change the subject. I will come back to that one. Okay. Anna has pointed out in the chat that fish cakes aren't sweet. Thoughts?
Anna.
She's done you there, mate. So going back to the original question, before you start trying to get me with one, is lasagna just spaghetti cake? Thoughts?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I love it. I feel like that has definitely worked. I love the fact that we've used chat to actually help out with that one. So thank you very much. And Joni, yeah, mind has been blown by that one. Thank you for that, Anna. You've helped me there because I forgot completely about the fish cakes right there. So going back to your original, yeah, thank you, Aaron. In the first one, the firstborn twin is the oldest. Yes, by biological age, but by
legally?
By legal age, maybe it's the other way around. That's what I would go with.
Need one answer, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. Well, I would go. Yeah, biologically, I would go with that one, and I would just tell the second one just to deal with it.
Can everyone in the chat make sure you tell him that he's wrong? That'd be fine. Perfect.
I'm going with what Aaron. You've come up with the answer. That's my view. I think, yeah, it's like a leap. It's a leap child as well. The same issue comes with a leap child. You don't go if you're born on the 29th of February. You don't instantly lose 3-4 years of your life. You are obviously the same biological age as everybody else born on the same day, like the day before or day after, pretty much.
Hey man, it's your answer. You need to have the confidence, not me.
I'm telling you, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay. Ask me again. Oh, clocks only adjust at 2 a.m. from Simon Gregg in the chat.
Simon, mate, honestly.
Did they adjust at 2 a.m.? Did they really? Again, I did not know that. I thought it was 12 o'clock.
I didn't know that.
I thought it was... And if it is, then totally. then I'd totally stick with that answer. So thank you very much. Hang on, there's another one. Okay, what about if you have a twin born when crossing the international date line? What are you doing travelling at the same time as giving birth would be my first question there, Aaron. I know it does happen. But who would document that as well? That's another one. That's Maybe we should just do this as part of the show. Just open it up to chat with mad questions that we just can't answer, because I feel like your content it follows on with more, it leaves you with more questions. I have a lot more questions that need answering. I finished watching it. I'm like, that's amazing, and then I'm like, okay, what's going on? Oh, Chris has confirmed it's 2 a.m. That's when the time changes.
Oh. If Chris has said it, then it is true.
If Chris knows the stuff. I don't know Simon in terms of his knowledge around time zones and when the clocks go back, but I'm 100% sure that our head of data, 100% sure that Chris, head of data, will definitely know the answer to that one. So we have it confirmed. So yes, going to my first answer, same as Aaron's, the firstborn would be the oldest.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
I'll allow it.
We're allowed. Okay, cool. So I'm apologising for anybody that speaks to this guy on the phone with mad questions like that, because it eats away your time and you're like, what have I just done? I can't get that time back. But at the same time, it's been some awesome content, some really, really funny stuff that's been how's it kind of working out in terms of starting those conversations with partners and picking up those conversations, because it's quite out there, it's quite kind of crazy or random content, non-specific related to work, absolutely bang on. But how is it kind of helping in terms of sort of time back to work?
Yeah, so it's a funny one, because I call them up and say, I want to put some content together, can we have a chat? And then I just jump straight in, like in the call. I record it immediately, say the question, get them to answer it, and I say bye and hang up, and that's it. I'm out. So I have to send them a message immediately afterwards and be like, I'll explain. Can we jump on another call? And then I have to run through what's just happened, and then we can talk about other stuff afterwards.
It's amazing. It is amazing. It's great. It's great fun. It's really, really cool content. We're just going to jump to the next bit over here, which is all about status quo. So something we do every Business as Unusual show. I just want to get your view on these. I think you know the format, don't you? So it's Snog, Marry, Avoid. For those of you the first time kind of watching, we're just going to get Shaun's view on 3 different quotes. Which one does he like? Which one does he love? And which one does he want to avoid? So it's like the Snog, Marry, Avoid. Again, in chat, please do put your thoughts on which one you like, which ones you don't. Let's have a look. So the first quote: being a true badass has no weight or gender requirement, just 100% commitment to greatness.
Gotta love The Rock.
You gotta love The Rock. He's featured a few times. Second quote: everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
Oh wow,
that's very deep, that one, isn't it? Quote number 3: every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. Ooh. Rocky.
Okay.
What do we think? What's your Snog, Marry, Avoid? Those are some good ones.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, there's no quotes from Simon Sinek. We know that you're a fan, but we felt if we included one from Simon Sinek, the show would have to be extended by another 45 minutes. So we just kept it.
Did you say Simon Sinek? Oh, that's really interesting.
No, quick, hang on, I'll unmute him. Wait. What's your thoughts?
Okay. So, when I watch this, I feel like it's a lot easier. Now I'm doing it live. It feels
pressure, mate.
So
pressure of live content. That's what happens.
Yeah. Okay. I quite like the middle one, where they say it's not the end with John Lennon. I think that's quite good. I'm probably going to give up or avoid Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, really?
The top one.
So that's very unpopular compared to chat. There's a lot of people loving The Rock, but I don't know if it's related to the quote or not. There's a lot of love in the chat for Rock, which I understand.
Stole my haircut.
You stole your haircut.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yes. So you want to avoid the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll avoid that one.
Yeah.
I will marry John Lennon's and snog Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, so you're going. Okay, yeah. So that is a deep one. So everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. So the one that you like is every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. I love that. Love that. Yeah, I know, Aaron. I don't know why she's avoiding that quote, to be honest with you. I love it. I like all of them. The middle one's quite deep for me, but I do quite like just the kind of the sort of the motivational kind of aspect of the rock. But thank you very much for that, Mr. Shaun. Those are very good.
Well, if you want to know why I went for the middle one, it's because Simon Sinek has this concept of the infinite mind.
God, here we go. Here we go. Simon Sinek, if you're listening, watching this show, you're very welcome to come on this show. And Shaun might get involved and just ask you loads and loads of questions related to that stuff. He's a fan. He's a long-time fan, first-time caller. Any quotes that you particularly live by?
Any quotes I particularly live by? Before the pandemic, I've always liked the quote, and it's regularly used. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. I always love that one. And it's an oldie, isn't it? It's a classic, and everyone says it. But I think it's really got value to it, like particularly now where companies, if they've had a lifeboat, they have prepared for the worst, and they're able to keep pushing on. And you can still be optimistic. You can still go, we're going to do our best to get clients on board or make new sales.
Absolutely,
so I think really good words to live by.
And I guess we have all got a little bit of a view of what the worst might look like in the last 3 months as well, because I don't think anyone really quite expected that to happen. So yeah, been interesting. Shaun, we are out of time. Thank you very much. You were an awesome guest, as I expected you would be. It wasn't unexpected. Is that right? Have I shoehorned that incorrectly? I don't know. But yeah, well done with all the content. It's some really, really funny stuff, and it's great to kind of balance things up with the kind of some of the serious stuff. So thank you very much for getting involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, guys, that is it from us today. We will be back on Wednesday. There is no show on Friday. I am having a couple of days off. It is my wife's birthday, 25. I believe she said that she's turning this year. So I will be celebrating that with her and taking the day off, and we'll be back again next Wednesday. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments in the chat. Some really awesome stuff. And we'll see you again next week. In the meantime, have a wicked weekend.